A woman named Ronke lived in the heart of a small African village called Aoke, nestled between rolling hills and a winding river. Tradition and beauty were deeply intertwined in this village. A woman's worth was often measured by her physical appearance, particularly the slenderness of her waist. The slimmer a woman's waist, the more desirable she was considered. For Ronke, this societal standard would shape her life in ways she could never have imagined. Ronke's childhood was like that of any other girl in the village. She was cheerful, playful, and full of life. Her weight was normal, and she never thought much about her appearance. But as she grew older, something shifted. Ronke developed an insatiable appetite. No matter how much food was placed before her, she would finish it all, often reaching for more. Her family tried to curb her eating habits, but it was useless. Over time, Ronke's weight increased, and she became the heaviest woman in Aoki. As her body changed, so did the way people treated her. The men who once smiled at her now averted their eyes. The woman whispered behind her back. Ronke's friends began to marry, one by one, leaving her behind. Her younger sisters, too, found husbands and started their own families. Ronke remained in her father's house, her heart heavy with loneliness. Her father, Mr. Shun, was a kind and caring man. He loved his daughter deeply and worried about her future. Ronke, he would say, you are more than your appearance. Your heart is pure, and that is what truly matters. But even his words of comfort couldn't shield her from the harsh judgments of the village. One day, Mr. Shun heard the news that filled him with hope. Tunde, the son of a close friend, had returned to the village after many years in the city. Tunde was a handsome and successful young man who was looking for a wife. Mr. Shun saw this as a golden opportunity for Ronke. He arranged for Tunde to visit their home and meet his daughter. When Ronke learned of the visit, she was overjoyed. For the first time in years, she felt a glimmer of hope. She spent hours preparing herself, choosing her finest clothes, and adorning herself with jewelry. She wanted to make a good impression, to show Tunde that she was worthy of love. But when Tunde arrived, his reaction was not what she had hoped for. The moment he saw Ronke, his face fell. He couldn't hide his disappointment. I cannot marry this woman, he said bluntly, his voice laced with disdain. Without another word, he turned and left, leaving Ronke standing there, her heart shattered. Ronke retreated to her room, locking the door behind her. She cried for days, her sobs echoing through the house. No one will ever want me, she whispered to herself. I will die alone, unloved and unwanted. Her father tried to comfort her, but his words couldn't ease her pain. As the days turned into weeks, Ronke's despair turned into anger. She was tired of being judged, tired of being rejected. She wanted revenge. One night, as she lay in bed, an idea began to form in her mind. She would seek the help of the great river goddess, a powerful spirit known to grant wishes. The next morning, Ronke made her way to the river bank. The water was calm, reflecting the golden light of the rising sun. She took a deep breath and called out, Great river goddess, please hear me. I need your help. The water began to bubble and churn, and from its depths emerged the river goddess. Her skin shimmered like the surface of the water, and her eyes glowed with an otherworldly light. What do you seek, child? She asked, her voice gentle yet commanding. Ronke poured out her heart. Please make me slim and beautiful. I want to find a husband, to be loved like the other women in the village. The river goddess regarded her with compassion. You are beautiful as you are, Ronke. True beauty comes from within. But if it is a husband you seek, I will grant your wish. Before the next market day, you will find a man who will love and cherish you. But Ronke's heart was no longer filled with hope. It was consumed by bitterness. No, she said, her voice trembling with anger. I want more. I want the men who rejected me to suffer. I want them to feel the pain they caused me. The river goddess paused, her expression unreadable. Then she nodded. It is done. Your wish is granted. The wives of Ayoka were furious. Their husbands were spending all their time with Ronke, neglecting their families. Desperate, they went to the juju priest for help. He gave them a potion and a counter spell to break Ronke's curse. That night, the wives crept into Ronke's home. They spread the potion around her house and chanted the counter spell. The curse was broken. The men woke up, free from Ronke's spell, and returned to their wives. Ronke awoke the next morning, confused and disoriented. She called out to the men who had once flocked to her, but they did not respond. They had all returned to their wives, refusing to even look in her direction. Realizing that her revenge had been undone, Ronke ran to the riverbank to seek the river goddess's guidance. But no matter how many times she called, the goddess did not appear. Ronke was left alone, her heart heavy with regret. She realized too late that her desire for revenge had cost her the chance at true love and happiness. The river goddess had offered her a path to fulfillment, but she had chosen vengeance instead. Rabo's story spread throughout the village, becoming a cautionary tale. It was a reminder of the dangers of anger, greed, and obsession with societal beauty standards. Though Ronke had been a victim of what judgment, her spiteful actions brought her no true happiness. In the end, she lived out her days as the loneliest woman in Ayok, a living testament to the importance of guarding one's heart. The lesson of Ronke's story can be found in the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 23. Guard your heart above all else, for it determines the course of your life. Ronke's heart, once pure and full of hope, had been consumed by bitterness, and in the end, it led her down a path of loneliness and regret. As the sun set over the village of Aoke, the river flowed silently, its waters reflecting the lessons of the past. And somewhere in the depths of the river, the great river goddess watched, her heart heavy with the knowledge that some lessons must be learned the hard way. Kindly share your thoughts in the comment section. What lessons did you learn from the story? Do subscribe to AfriTale for more interesting stories. I'll see you in the next story. Bye!